Speaking of beer and wine and spirits, welcome back to BT. Devo, Mayor Sid here with you, 7:22 on a Tuesday. You know, sometimes in the summer, especially politically, a little sleepy. Sometimes not a lot going on. This LCBO strike is going from 0 to 60 very quickly. Yesterday, a few of the headlines included the LCBO scrapping its decision to open select stores for bars and restaurants. That story is going to escalate the longer this goes, especially if there's delays in those orders. It was going to open 5 stores for wholesale customers. There was threats of picketing happening at the LCBO, so the province said no. And then the big headline yesterday was the video that Doug Ford and the provincial Conservatives put out, letting everyone know the 2,200 other places you can get booze across the province. If you haven't seen the video, here's a taste. Before we run it, I do want to really point out the struggles that the Premier had putting the bun on the meat. I'm sorry. I know there's a lot of headlines with this story.
The details.
I think we're glossing over this. There's no way this was one take. Take a look.
Even though LCBO workers are on strike, there's still plenty of options for you to buy beer, wine, cider, coolers, and even spirits, including products made right here in Ontario. We've created this handy new map that shows what stores are open and what they sell.
It's like watching him work with a Rubik's Cube. It was difficult.
It wasn't that bad.
Come on, how difficult? It's a bun. He's trying.
You want to be sanitary. You don't want to put his hands
Gordon
on
Ramsay.
it.
Goodness gracious.
But, I laugh at the way you say the bun on the meat.
The bun on the meat, to be specific.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
he had the meat on the bun. It was just the top bun
The
on the
bun
meat.
on the
Any way.
Yeah, okay, let's get the focus of it.
Let's slow
There it is,
motion
yeah.
this. And, like, are you
Here we
kidding
go.
me? That's a normal way to put the bun
He just
on the
edited
meat?
it out after. It's just like, no, we're done.
That had to be 5th take too. There's no way that's just one take and they let it stand.
Slippery suckers.
The video's fascinating because people are having some very strong reactions to it. And one of the more popular take, or not popular, but relevant takes is, and it came from the union, is that, okay, where is that for family doctors in this province? Where is that for things people actually need?
ERs and things like that.
Like the important things, but we all know how Doug Ford has coveted the alcohol voting bloc in this province ever since he got into power. So I'm a little less angry at that than some people. What's your take?
Well, I mean, we remember a buck of beer. I mean, again, it's been a real focus from this premier for ever since we've known him. So, yeah, I'm not surprised that he's taken this head on. But I don't know, when I saw that video, other than the focus on the bun and the accoutrements, it didn't really sit well with me in terms of what's going on and the workers and what they're fighting for and what's happening in our province. I mean, they are Ontarians as well. So it felt, I don't know, other than it didn't sit well with me, that's as far as I'm willing to go there. It didn't sit well with me.
Devo Brown.
It looked like a dry burger, I'll say that, first of all. I mean, put something on it.
Wasn't cooked.
Yeah, this is a dry burger, but look.
Wouldn't have been served at the Splash Mid Bash.
No. That's some proper food over there. But you look at these craft and small breweries and wineries that are getting the attention. They got that back in the pandemic as well when things were shut down, right? And you got a lot of fans. So this is an opportunity for some of these smaller businesses to really get in the spotlight and get some new business and some new customers, and maybe they'll stick with you after, which is cool. I like that aspect of it. But yeah, you went out of your way. You spent some sort of money. I don't know what it is, because don't talk to me about the Arrive Can app.
It's part of their digital budget.
Right?
That's taxpayer money. Yep.
And put this out there. But you're not doing it for very important and necessary, not just luxury type services, necessary services in this province. That to me is super disappointing. And look, I think nothing will change until the hospitality industry, if they start getting affected. Which next weekend it could happen, there'll be a lot of problems for him.
Yeah, those bottom lines are too close on that end, and what they've been through. I mean, as someone who, Rodney owned lots of restaurants in the city, and the rents are too high. Everything is problematic, and then throw in the pandemic. I mean, they are struggling, and these are the months, the few summer months that we've got, for them to make that back. So yeah, that's going to be a huge problem. It's going to be a big push.
2 quick things for me. On a minor note, again, for a premier that during the pandemic said he couldn't set up Zoom for a press conference with the media, sitting there on a MacBook, I found hilarious. That vision was funny to me. On a more serious note, We're seeing it with this union. We saw it with OPSU and the education workers not that long ago. Like, this government talks a big game when it comes to unions and the little guy, unless they don't care about that union. And I think that's a real issue. They're gonna have to circle that square at some point. Some unions are fine. The building of the 413 coming up, some unions are eating very well at the dinner table. Very well. Not all of them. And that's what strikes me again about this government. They're sucking and blowing at the same time. They're talking out of both sides of their mouth when it comes to unions, and this is another example. All right, let us know. Feedback at breakfasttelevision.ca. This story doesn't look like it's going anywhere. Let us know what you think. We're going to take a break. Tammy's got news. Also coming up this hour, who likes tacos?
Let's talk about it.
Who likes tacos? Taco Fest is coming back to the city. Some of the best chefs around are downstairs. One of us on this desk will try the tacos. That's coming up.